ChatGPT.
AI images.
So it's recently launched, isn't it?
Every AI image always have like 6 fingers. Anytime they had text, they're not really like letters.
That was only recently. I'm talking like 6 weeks ago.
I don't know how it's progressed so quickly.
That's AI.
They're not real people.
That is unbelievable. If I sent that to anyone, I wouldn't even know the difference.
How is this going to impact ad creative? It's a bit scary for some people, I'm sure.
Oh, absolutely.
How are they going to know when you upload it that it's AI?
Every week, you two give me a load of crap. I've got some news. It's not about how many followers. It's not about how many views. And that one turned into a sale, which at 600 quid a month has paid for quite a lot of videos to be produced.
I don't know how it can get better from there, really. Welcome back to the Fake Marketer, everybody. I am not James. I'm a different bald man.
You look the same.
Yeah, sort of. Everyone says that, but James is at do you know what the thing James is even at is?
He's presenting to, hello everyone, I'm here.
Sorry, Nick.
I'm the doctor here. James is not. Michael has taken over as host of the Fake Marketer podcast. James is downstairs presenting to a group of Warwick University students about something.
Yeah, I saw in his calendar it said something about Warwick people.
Yeah, that's what
he
he's
did
doing.
tell me earlier, but I don't remember what he said.
So how are you, Michael?
I'm good.
Yeah?
I'm
You nervous?
We're deep in the Performance Max at the moment, trying to make assets for Rupert, which is a bit different to what we normally do.
Do you understand anything about the Performance Max and what it does?
Yeah, more than I did before. Doing the vlog's quite helpful because James had a long call with Chris Nightingale. Shout out to Chris, who does
Shout out.
who does PPC and stuff, and he was talking about Performance Max. So I'm trying to put like relevant things on the screen. So when they spoke about Performance Max, I put up like a thing from Google saying what it is. It's sort of a bit similar. I don't know what's the Facebook thing.
It was dynamic. Now it's called flexible.
Because we do like a Omni 8 thing, don't we? Where like we try and
Slightly different.
follow people around type thing.
Yeah, but that's slightly different. So the Performance Max is basically Google owns YouTube, Google Mail, search, shopping.
Everything.
And basically, what you would do before is you would set up a Google ad and you would choose where you want it to go. Yeah. I want this video to be on YouTube. What they've basically done is, I think it's about 2 years old, maybe even 3, is you provide it with the assets. So you did those portrait videos, which you already had. You'd made the same video a square and a landscape. So then you insert those. So the square might come up on one placement. The landscape might come up on YouTube. So it just basically says, right, you give us those assets, you turn your campaign on, and we'll use all of those Google channels to see where it goes. And it might work out that you go, right, search worked well, YouTube worked well, and that's it. And the rest of them didn't. And then you turn off those other channels. But that's why you need those amounts of assets. So what Chris has done is obviously say, this is what I need from you. Yeah. There is a minimum. Whereas on Facebook, you can do a flexible ad. And if you wanted to, you could just put 3 images or 2 images and 1 video in it. But I think you need a lot more for performance.
Is the Max. Google setup of where it distributes it better than the Meta one? Because I know the Meta one can sometimes not optimize things very well. Where it shows.
I don't know enough about the Google side.
No, neither do I. James was saying it's probably better though, because it probably is going to put it in places where it actually looks correct.
My only reservation with it would be that the Performance Max would work better. It all works better if you've already had conversions, because it needs to work off something. It needs to go right
rather than just going from nothing.
You've had 300 people have converted already. I'm going to use that knowledge of those 300 people to go and find more people. But when it's early stages, it's harder. And I was sort of just it's whether is Performance Max too early or not, but apparently not.
Yeah, that's what James was sort of when he first went to it. He was going to Chris basically can we do it or should we do it at this point? So I think it's more of a test type thing. Yeah, and we're hoping that because we've started doing a lot more YouTube stuff. James was saying that the stats have been really good. I can probably
he does. The YouTube's really good, isn't it?
Yeah, because what we started doing was the vlog, the Road to 1,000 Users vlog. We're now putting the whole thing into Opus and basically getting loads of clips out of it. So
YouTube as shorts.
As YouTube shorts, yeah. So we've gone back through all the episodes and I've pulled all clips. So I think we've got 3 a day going out. So some of them will be like 20 something views. We've got a few here that are like 1,000. A lot of the ones about like James Watt and stuff seem to be doing quite well. But I think James said, I don't know where the analytics are, 18,000 views. I think James was basically saying the watch time we've had in April so far is like half the watch time we had in the whole of March.
Well, look at the graph there at the bottom.
Yeah.
It's really grown, isn't it? Like 2,500
It's a bit long, yeah. So it's
wow, it really has increased, hasn't it?
Yeah, I don't know what that graph is for. Oh, that's just for views. Yeah,
that's brilliant. I wonder whether my stuff could go in that.
What
could you do? You put stuff into TikTok and TikTok and Instagram. Mm-hmm. Can you go into my channel for Shorts?
I think I've got your channel on here.
Yeah, can it do the same thing? Do you just feed it in as another feed? Do you?
Nick Boynton, yeah. It's got on the post planner thing that we use, you can do YouTube Shorts from it. Basically, if you upload a video that's vertical and not up to the maximum.
So you're able to do the same thing here using my clips. Mm-hmm. Oh, can you do that then? Let's see what happens.
Yeah, so we've been putting a load of them in there, but James was saying with the Performance Max stuff, he's hoping that if we've got a lot of content going out on YouTube, that'll sort of help the algorithm.
Well, I think the YouTube. So I was a little bit annoyed for my own side just how well YouTube Shorts are working.
Mm-hmm. So I mean, just generally, what you mean?
Well, I was looking. I just showed you a picture of basically what this guys. What this podcast is about is AI and creative and how AI is going to help creative. But we've been talking about marketing first. But going back slightly on AI creative, I started using a bit of AI creative for my own personal benefits of building a barbecue area. So we're gonna go on to that. But when I was trying to YouTube and search for how to do a layout of a barbecue area, it was bringing me up shorts first.
Yeah.
What's a short? A short's a short video. So when I was clicking on it, it was all like sped up, and I was like, "You're not showing me how to do it."
Yeah,
so
then I had to go proper.
So, but that was the first thing. That's the priority of YouTube to show you the shorts. I had to then go and click on videos to actually see the whole.
I get it. Even sometimes it doesn't happen all the time, but if you open like YouTube on your phone, a lot of times it will just open to like the shorts.
Yeah. So I get it, and the videos that I saw as shorts, I was like, I want to see this as a video, but the content creator hasn't made a proper video. They've concentrated on the shorts, which tells me that YouTube is going to start developing into another sort of TikTok shorts. Really, isn't it?
Yeah, they're trying to jump on that.
Which brings me, before we go to our AI creative, I've got some news.
Oh yeah, James. See, James was like, "Don't forget," and I was like, "I've already forgotten."
Yeah, I've got some news, Michael.
James said to me was, "Ask Nick about."
Every week, you two give me a load of crap. And why do you give me a load of crap?
Because you're stuck at 200 views.
I'm stuck at 200 views and 216 followers.
Regardless of what you're
laughing, regardless of what I put out. Hence why we're going to do the now load up to YouTube to see if I've got something there. Guess what happened yesterday? I had a 30-minute Facebook ad review call come into my calendar on Sunday.
Nice.
And yesterday I had the call. I opened my Zoom and a guy called Michael was on the other end. Michael's first words, I said, "Hello, Michael, welcome to the Ads Clinic." And he said, "It's great to be here. I'm one of your 216 followers on TikTok."
Wow. Is that where he found you?
It's where he found me. He sees my videos over and over again. They resonate with him. And on Sunday night, he decided, I'm going to go and book on a call because I need to get my Facebook ads fixed.
That's perfect.
He then signed up, paid on the call, and we've won business for 6 months.
There you go.
Of 216 followers. So, Michael, you two can cane me as much as you like. As Gary Vaynerchuk says, it's not about how many followers, it's not about how many views, it's about what they're doing. And that one turned into a sale, which at 600 quid a month has paid for quite a lot of videos to be produced.
Yeah, like even there's probably people with like thousands of followers who wouldn't get then people transferring into like a paying customer.
So it also makes me think we need to carry on and do these things, even though I only get 200 views.
Well, I suppose if it's 200 of the right people seeing it, then that's what
exactly.
You need, isn't it, really?
Exactly. So there's my bit of news.
I love that. Good. That's a good news. I thought you were going to say you put a video out and it got like
no, I haven't done that yet. But did you do the Robbie Wood? Did you do one that we were talking about where it was like let's stick those?
I haven't done that.
Do that. Put those 4 on and let's see what they do. So yeah, I was really chuffed about that. So James knows about it. He claimed, well, I've been telling you. I'm not sure what he's been telling me. I think it's more like he's been bullying rather than telling me. So, ChatGPT.
AI images. It seems to have week. Yeah, was it last week that it seems to have all like appeared in like the last few weeks? I found March 25th was this article.
Okay, Tuesday. So it's recently launched, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I didn't. I was told by a client who said, I got on a call and they said, have you seen the new... Well, so this particular client, we're on every Wednesday. Shout out to Cole. Shout out Cole, MedMatrix in the USA.
He's doing well.
We have a call every Wednesday.
Is he still doing well?
Yeah, very well. Even better. Every week's better. And we're having to do a lot of creative. We're having to put a lot of creative into his Meta account because one thing we have noticed, Michael, is that with the creators we've got, which have got their own ads going, if we increase, I found out yesterday, even by looking at every single ad on a per day basis for the last 7 to 14 days, when I look at it, every time I increase the budget slightly, now bear in mind Meta says if you increase it up to 15% of your budget, so you're spending, then it won't affect the algorithm. But what I've noticed on his ads is that every time I did it, I did one 3 days ago, which was already spending $100 a day. I put it to $105. No, it's spending $95. I put it to 100, so 5% shift, and it spiked the CPA. So that keeps on happening. So what I've now got to do is think of a new strategy, which is right. That would be what we used to call, or still call, vertical scaling. Is you have an ad working and then every time you go in there and you just up the budget every 72 hours and you vertically scale the budget. Or you've got horizontal scaling, which is bring more and more creative and ads to the ads manager and keep loading them up, but having a smaller budget on each and just keep on bringing them in. And then we're going to try that strategy.
Why is the CPA spiking?
Because it is affecting the algorithm and the algorithm is resetting slightly.
So is it like where you talked about where stuff like goes back into learning type thing?
So it's not effectively saying it's gone back into learning, but something's happening and I've got enough evidence on enough ads that I've touched to show that evidence is true. One of the things that makes it hard to optimize ads when clients are going, I want to spend more, I want more. And it's like, it's not quite as easy as that.
Yeah, because it should be that it's just like if it's working at £15 or whatever, a lot of people just think, oh if I make it £30, I'm going to make double the...
Exactly. So we have our biggest topic is now creating creative or creative assets, video mainly, some statics to go into the ad account so that every week we can put 1 or 2 live and scale the account horizontally. He came onto the call last week and said, have you seen the new ChatGPT creative update? And it's not like I use 4 most of the time, and I think there's a 4.5. It's not like there's a new 5. I think they've just updated it within the same thing. And he showed me one which was like, wow, that's cool. So it was just a split, a square image, static, with a split down the middle, and it had a woman on one side, the same woman on the other side, but showed different effects of that woman depending on her health. And I was like, that's unbelievable. And he was like, literally, this is the prompt I put in. So he showed me the prompt, really basic, and it came out with that. Really incredible. I've then done, over the weekend, not so much testing in ads, but I thought there's a few things I wanted to do. So it started off by me going, my partner wants to put a chair in our lounge. And I've said, that's fine, but I don't know how it's going to look, blah, blah. So we'd been deciding, you can't really see these things, can you?
Yeah.
So I said, well, let's try the new chat. So I took a picture of the space. Now this space has got, it's one side of the room, it's got a cabinet in the middle, a picture above it, it's got a cocktail trolley thing there, it's got a lamp, so it's got a few things in it. I then went to the website and took the chair off the website and inserted that. So now ChatGPT has got, here's a picture of my lounge wall, one side. Here's a picture of a chair. I want to know what that chair will look like on the right-hand side behind the door. And it came back with my photograph, with the chair inserted. Michael, you wouldn't even know the difference.
It's crazy, isn't it?
You wouldn't even know the difference that that's been AI. That looks, if I sent that to anyone, they're like, oh, I like the chair in your lounge.
Yeah.
Then I did the same with the garden area, seating area, and I thought, what would it look like with a pagoda on it? You saw that? Amazing, yeah? Everything's exactly the same. It's even screwed in around the seating area.
Oh, wow.
It's unbelievable. And then I did another one, because these are all things I've been toying with. I've got an area, an L-shaped garden patio bit, and I've got an area around it where my barbecue is, and there's my bins there. It's all a bit of a shithole. And I've thought, maybe I'll spend a bit of time actually building a barbecue area. So I took a picture of it, took a picture of my barbecue, I took a picture of the bins, I gave the measurement of the bins, I gave the measurement of the barbecue, and I gave the measurement of the area, which is 8 foot by 8 foot. It then, without much prompting, created me a U-shaped barbecue area with my barbecue in it facing the wall, even with enough space, because the barbecue lid opens and it will scrape the wall, so it has to be pulled out slightly, and a cover for the things.
It's amazing, isn't it?
And then on both of those, I've asked for, based on this, can you give me a list of the wood, the length, and all the materials I need? And that did it in one go without any more prompting.
And you could just go and buy that then, couldn't you?
So now I can ring up a wholesaler or the wood place, and I can actually give them that list and I'll come back with a quote. How cool is that?
Yeah, considering how I think it used to be, like a lot of the old AI image generation was very a lot of it would just be sort of weird and scary. It would be like weird dysmorph sort of faces.
Well, I've had it actually, because only a month ago I was doing something for the ads clinic. I don't think you saw it. It was coming out cartoony. I was like, style me out. So I started off by saying, and I got this idea of someone on social who'd said, this is what I got by prompting a real estate agent selling the perfect house or something like that. And they prompted, and at the end of it, it was like this really good thing with all that. But it was all cartoony. So it was static animation, if that's what you call it. And then I did it for myself, and I was like, I'll dress me up as a doctor. And then it was like showing me at the centre of the room with loads of people around me going, oh, you're brilliant. I was like, no, it needs to be focused towards the user. So it was the user who's now come on and had their ads fixed by the ad doctor. And now they're the one everyone's cheering, going, you did it, you got your ads fixed. You know how to run ads. And I used it and actually got some leads from it. But that was a cartoon. I now need to go back in again and see if I can create one that's actual real human beings. I haven't experimented with it enough to get the real human being.
Oh yeah, the real ones look really scary. Some of the things that
good.
Yeah.
Have you done some?
No, I've just seen lots of people talk about it. Like that is just
that's AI.
Yeah, they're not real people.
So what we're looking at is a landscape image of two people high-fiving, and behind them they've got suppose we directly model text, pixel, sound. So it's a whiteboard behind it. Fixes. That's mad.
It's got the reflection.
They've even got the reflection of them high-fiving in the whiteboard.
Yeah. It's really weird. And now that it used to not be able to do words either, a lot of AI would struggle. If you tried to get it to say put this words on it, it would come out just like gobbledygook. But a lot of the words and stuff now, that's even got him in the background taking the photo, but neither of those people are real. They've actually wrote in as the prompt, we see the photographer's reflection.
So let's read the prompt. So now we've got a girl facing a whiteboard, and it's got loads of writing on it, to do with whatever they're doing, to do with marketing actually. And the prompt underneath it. So this is reckoning that they've done one prompt. Apparently. A wide image taken with a phone of a glass whiteboard in a room overlooking the Bay Bridge. The field of view shows a woman writing, sporting a T-shirt with a large OpenAI logo. The handwriting looks natural, but a bit messy. And we see the photographer's reflection.
I don't think that's that messy, is it? Oh, because they've even said in a room overlooking the Bay Bridge. Yeah, and they've made that the reflection, because obviously you can't see the actual.
So, and they've got the folds in her t-shirt at the back as if she's actually wearing a t-shirt.
Yeah.
Well, she's a t-shirt with actually.
Yeah,
that is unbelievable.
Yeah, to go from what it used to be to like not even be able to have the right amount of fingers and all that sort of stuff to go to what it is now. I don't know how it's progressed so quickly.
I wonder what would happen if they prompted that. That's AI as well, is it?
Yeah.
Do you know what? I'm gonna start messing around with some of my own. Imagine it had me in a room where it shows me on the screen, like looking at a Zoom call with someone else on it.
I mean, I don't see why it couldn't. I suppose I don't know how it works with, because obviously these are just generating.
Yeah, but you could take, like how you use pictures of me or whatever from our portfolio or whatever, or assets. If you inserted all those sides, back and front, hand, arms, all this sort of stuff, it would join it together, wouldn't it?
You'd think so, because a lot of these are just like generate a group of friends or something. So obviously it can make that up. I don't know how that works with because obviously these people are just made up people. I don't know how it would work with real people, but.
Or you could do it. I could use those ones as referrals. So the ones that we've just seen there where they're like high-fiving, I could
just put text over the
my
top.
copy could be, get your ad sorted like these two. Oh, so cool, isn't it? Go up a little bit. To the girl with the ice cream or the drink. Look, they even put the camera film. The camera.
Yeah, photorealistic. Photos should be reminiscent of that of a digital camera from 2006. So that's why it's put the date on the bottom. Because they've got like people in the background that are blurred out that are still doing things that, yeah.
It's very, very cool. So
yeah, I was gonna say, how is this gonna sort of impact ad creative, and like, is it gonna make? I suppose my question is it gonna make creative kind of less valuable? I guess, because if you can do this and whack this out, are people just gonna do this instead of
They are right. They
doing
are
a photo shoot or whatever.
An agency like ourselves should be using this. Now, I reckon I saved myself, just from a copywriting point of view, I reckon I saved myself 2 days a week already and have been for the last year and a half.
Yeah.
This here now, I've just literally sent a quote over to someone for creative. 1 video, 3 statics. Now, we will probably use this for it. At the same time, there's a level of time to prompt these things and also be very good at prompting.
I suppose the skill now becomes how you put into
communicate with it and how you get it to do what.
Because obviously this is like a free tool that everybody can use.
But you could take, so you like today, you've been working on those Rupert things. Why don't you take some of those, put them into ChatGPT and say, I've been working on these. Could you look at ways you could enhance this even further? Or let's say that one you did earlier today for the woman with the children. Mm-hmm. What about if you did that, but you were to use some real life imagery? Mm-hmm. See what I mean?
Yeah, it's something to think about, I suppose, isn't it? It's not really like, because it seems to have all happened so quick, it's a bit like, there's so much you could probably use.
But the thing is, the interesting thing about it is that, yes, in industry, definitely, right? So we're in the digital space. We're doing digital marketing, creative, all that sort of stuff. We should know about AI. If we don't, you should be, you should be using it. Because it means that a company like ours can make more money. We still have to deliver really good. The client is still getting what they want. Will it bring down cost to make in a world at the moment that makes it more affordable for a business? Because I know that businesses are struggling all over the place. I know that people are being made redundant, or left, right and centre, even in the city, all sorts. Now, if I'm on a call with someone and that person is, needing extra help with their creative, they don't have the skill base to go in and prompt stuff like that or know what they. I mean, even when we were looking at some of that then, when you showed me those examples,
it's quite a complex.
I was like, well, I don't even know. That's a pretty good prompt. I mean, you've got to sit there for half an hour trying to just think of what the best prompt is. You've got to think of
every aspect of I want the view to be this.
I don't believe that they've just written that prompt once and that's the outcome.
Got that, yeah. It's probably,
I might be wrong. But
it's probably taken a bit of back and forth, hasn't it?
So you're doing this for clients, but can you save a client money, or can a client come to you and let's say, old creative package £1,000 a month, new creative package £300 a month. And do you see? I don't know.
Yeah, so, it's interesting, isn't it? I suppose if you're like a kind of artist or some sort of creative, I think there's probably a lot of people looking at that think like, oh, if somebody sitting there can do this, they're not going to need me to spend ages doing like a 3D model or something like that.
Absolutely.
So it's a bit scary for some people, I'm sure.
Oh, absolutely. But you need to get into the world and enhance your skills, make your skills better, stuff like that. But when I was talking about those garden ones that I was just mentioned, I then spoke to my neighbour about it and showed him. And he was like, how's that? And I said, AI. And he said, what do you mean AI? What do you, like, he'd never heard, he's heard of AI. He's never heard of any platform that does anything like that.
Yeah, there was a whole thing on our TikTok because we did one of the TikTok clips that sort of didn't go viral, but it got more views than normal. Was us talking about this and saying that a lot of people outside of marketing just don't know anything about AI. And there was a few comments of people being like, well, that just like, of course they're going to know about AI. And we were like, no, there is people who don't know. And they were like, yeah, you're just making it up. Like,
yeah, they don't, because you just get lost in your own world. But there are. Why would a normal person know of ChatGPT?
Yeah, exactly.
So I say normal. Why would someone out of the industry know about ChatGPT? And why would they use ChatGPT?
Well, even a while ago,
why would they pay £20 a month for ChatGPT?
Yeah, they don't
Do you
know
see what I mean?
Yeah,
it's just not going to happen.
Yeah, I think until like somebody shows you what you can use it for, you don't really think like, why would I have a use for it?
Yeah. So my next door neighbour's a landscape gardener. So he might look at that and go, that's going to help me design some landscapes for people. So he might suddenly, just from that, it might help him win more business, get more business signed off, get a quote back to someone quicker. It's helping your day, isn't it?
Yeah.
Helping your business.
Because a lot of people have been using it for like, it can like pull in like brands and stuff now, I think. Like if you tell it to do a brand of like whoever. I did before we came in, I typed in, please generate a 3D product mock-up image. I forgot there was an actual beer called Boddington Beer because I put in Boddington Beer.
Got the pint glass at home.
And I put in a lush jungle environment. And obviously it takes a bit of time to pull it out now. But that is the Boddington Beer branding, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
So like I didn't have to say this is what the Boddington Beer branding looks like. It was just like, I know what it looks like, so I'm going to generate it.
Yeah, yeah.
It is, because obviously if you can then say like, I'll put the copy at the top to say this, put drink responsibly at the bottom, like you can just do the whole start to finish process just inside of chat. And that's just I don't have the paid ones. This is just free chat. So yeah, I don't know what. Obviously, everybody on LinkedIn has been using like the sort of effects that a lot of people have been using, like the comic style one. There's the one you were talking about, the little toy box one where it's like put me as the little character inside the plastic packaging and stuff. So obviously loads of people have just been using it for that. But I think from like
so that's common, is it?
That one of that you did with like the little individual. I've seen quite a few people post about that. I think like it's the same with like the Studio Ghibli stuff. Do you know what Studio Ghibli is? Studio Ghibli is like the Japanese sort of animated. It's got like a very distinct animated style. So like,
oh, I see. Okay, yeah.
Absolutely mugged me off by making me have massive buck teeth, but it's got like a very I think the guy who made Studio Ghibli came out and said like that he doesn't like AI doing this because obviously they're like professional artists and it takes a long time. But I wanted to I mean, that went viral, and then like the sort of comic style. I think there's some. It is weird. It'd be interesting to see how it's going to change creative and what people use on, because those images that we saw of the people high-fiving, I don't even really know how, when we were talking about with Facebook, Meta putting like an AI generated image, like tag on images and stuff like that. Yeah. I don't know how you would really do that with that, because
you're going to have to. But if we go back,
how are they going to know when you upload it that it's AI?
Yeah, unless their AI is so clever and knows it's AI. But at the same time, the consumers who see these posts are probably not even going to react to the fact it says AI generated, because they probably don't know what AI generated actually really means.
Yeah, so it'd be interesting to see how that works, because whether it can like read whether the algorithm can like read the code of it or whatever and realise that it's AI generated. I don't know, but if you were just, a person looking at it side by side, I don't know how you'd ever work it out.
No, I think that's excellent.
There's no giveaways.
I'm going to start messing around with it to use it for my ads.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting whether...
And social media. Like statics for like LinkedIn and stuff.
That's the thing, whether it'll just... And obviously the more content people are going to put in it, I imagine the more like intelligent it's going to get with all of the different things people are feeding it.
You can see that on their hands haven't quite met properly on the...
I think that's what they say in the... While there are mistakes, especially in the hands, is a very real looking...
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, they've got all their fingers, because old AI like images used to always... You could always look at the hands. I don't know if you knew that. They used to be like a... It used to always be every AI image ended up just coming out like this. And like this wasn't that long ago. Like they'd always have like 6 fingers or like the fingers going the wrong way. Same with like text. Like anytime they had text, it would always come up like.
That's what happened with my animated ones. It was like it would
always come up like these where they're not really like letters.
Yeah, that's how I had. That was only recently. I'm talking like 6 weeks ago, 7 weeks ago.
Or like this in the background here.
My Facebook ads one. It was like it's Facebook and it would have like face big in the background and stuff like that. But
to go from that now, where it's like, to how the ChatGPT images are now, that's a whole like whiteboard of images. There's not any like weird misspelt words or anything. So I don't know how they've made it transition to that so quickly, but
very clever, very scary at the same time. But yeah, if you're listening to this and you're not using AI, just start thinking about how. Like even just looking at that has given me some thoughts on what I can do.
I think in the same way as we spoke about with ChatGPT, it's like for copying stuff, it's not necessarily like put in exactly what you want, copy and paste it out and put it in your ad and go. It's like there's a lot of like refining and putting stuff in, getting ideas, taking it out, thinking about it, putting it back in. It's like when people hear like copy from ChatGPT, they're like, it's not just you've put it in, said, give me this, and you've just said go. Yeah. It's like there's a lot more to it.
Yeah.
And I suppose it'll be the same with the images. It'll be like, maybe it'll be like, make this, and then you add your own stuff to it or refine it down or that sort of thing. So it'll be interesting to see I don't know how it can get better from there, really, like what they can actually do aside from...
Well, it's mad because people who don't really know much about this because they're not in this sector will when it gets to the point that they notice it and go, oh my God, somebody, or you kind of, and that's when suddenly it'll be on the news going, hey, AI's taken over. And it's like, guys, there's like 3 years we've been using this. It's just got better and better. That'll be interesting to see how, because people like I know who don't know about what we do, they don't have no interest in it. They have no interest in it. They don't know about it. They don't think about it.
Yeah, I think unless somebody like sits down and shows them, like people don't really, because even my dad, it was probably a year ago or something, I was like, do you know what ChatGPT is? And he's like, no. And then just showing him like what it does. And then before they went on holiday, he was like, oh, it's great. Because I put in where we were going and said like, I'll make like an itinerary of stuff that's like around there. And it pulled up like a whole load of thing. And he like printed it off. And I'm like, yeah, it's like simple stuff like that is for a lot of people, like they probably had no idea it could do anything like that.
Yeah. No, it's brilliant.
Or like, here's what's in my fridge. Make me a recipe.
But that's old. I did that like a year and a half ago.
That's what I mean. But there'll be people that will be like, "Oh, I didn't know it could do that."
Yeah, it's mad. It's mad. Okay, cool. Well,
have you got any ads that you've seen? I don't think I've got.
I have got an ad that I've seen, Michael.
Oh, you have?
Oh my God, yes, I did.
Bailed me out.
Right, I did a screen recording. So let me just find this. Bright Star ads Men in Office. Do that one. I love these comical adverts.
So, Dan, do we have everything we need for this meeting?
It's all right here, sir.
Is your data backup as reliable as it should be?
Don't worry, sir. He told me everything.
Ours is.
He's now not got
Bright
nothing.
Store
He's like, I got nothing.
from Computer Associates.
That's good.
Yeah. So that was my little ad I found. Anything from you?
I don't think I've got anything.
Well, that's that then, isn't it? End of an era. End of a podcast.
Poor from me.
End of a podcast, Michael. Well, thank you for taking on. I think you've been a brilliant host.
That's all right. Oh, did you see the video of James not being able to open his water bottle?
No.
That's good. So when we did Venture Fest, which was a few
Oh,
months
yes, I
ago
did
now,
see this.
we went to Venture Fest, and my highlight of the thing was James trying to, while everyone else was doing what they were supposed to be doing, which was talking, James was trying to open the bottle, which clearly no one else had opened before.
Yes, I love the way he's got a little grin to himself, isn't he? I love the way he's just
he like grimaces like to try and open the bottle. So I like that. It's not really marketing, but that was fun for me. James like looked over to me like, "Did you get that?" And I was like, "Yeah, I got that." But yeah, James will be back next week, I'm sure. We'll have more things to talk about, and
I think we've had a bloody good podcast actually. Very good, informative podcast.
Because James isn't here, there's been less rambling of distractions. We've just been
exactly
laser focused.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Michael. We'll see you on next week's.
All right, thank you.
Bye bye.